Okay, so this is something like a rant, but it's about 2 or 3 story times in one. And it's about another well, I've did a story time about this lady once before who I befriended at the Bush Airport back in my younger days when I was working there. So, and I dedicate this song by Destiny's Child to her because she just disgusts me. But anyway, the backstory about this woman, she was working on the night shift. She was working on the night shift with me. She was working on the night shift before I started working on the night shift because at first I was working on the evening shift. But I needed more money, so I finally had transferred my schedule so that I can work on the night shift, which was better, but even though I was tired. But it was good money because I was making $10 an hour. Okay, so the backstory about her is that me and her used to always gossip with each other, and I really thought she was my friend and whatnot. At the time that when I first knew her and everything, um, I was on the evening shift. She was on the night shift. I was dating another dude at the airport before I met my baby daddy. I was dating this dude, and I'm trying to remember what his name was because I did story times about him too. I'ma just call him Skinny because he was tall, lanky, and skinny. So there was this girl who had started. There was this girl that worked on the shift with the older woman I was friends with. She was kind of slow, and the guy that I was dating at the time was on the shift with them too. But I was so in love with this dude to the point where I used to in the middle of the day I would see him because at the time I'm gonna say him and her was working the on the afternoon shift and the night shift. So I would look out the window as I'm, inside of the airport, wiping down tables and cleaning and everything, because that was my job. And I would see him and this slow girl that was on the shift with the lady and him, and they would be in each other's faces, talking to each other. I seen both of them one afternoon get on the metro bus at the same time, and they sat by each other, and I'm like, okay, so that's how me and him started off because last time I remember I sat by him on the bus, and then I ended up at his apartment. Um, Even though the situation was, because I don't want to go into a long paragraph about what happened between my ex-boyfriend Skinny and the girl. All I know is he told me she was buying him clothes. She was giving him money. She bought him a PlayStation and everything just so that he can be with her. And he said he would accept it because he was like, at the same time, he told her, you can't buy love. If you're going to buy me things and give me money and give me this and that, I'm going to accept it. But just know that you're not my girlfriend. We just kicking it. We just friends with benefits. Even though he said the girl was crazy in the head, which she was. But he said she think that they're in a relationship, but they're not. Because he was still seeing me and another girl while he was with her. Okay? It was so complicated and so fucked up the situation at the time. So, but anyway, the older woman who was friends with me and the girl, and kind of friends with him too, she would go back. She would tell me that they would be on the metro bus, sitting way in the back, tongue kissing each other down. She would get off at his stop and get off the bus with him and stay in the apartment with him until it was time for them to go to work for the night shift and all this type of shit. And the more that I would hear, because I would ask her about them, and she was like, they be all at the job flirting with each other, and I couldn't take all that because I was in love with the dude who I'm calling Skinny. And I wanted to be with him even though I knew he was a big hoe. Because it was just a lot that he was putting me through. But then one day when he had finally broke up with me for good, because I used to go to his house and spend the weekend with him and everything. I even spent Christmas Eve with this nigga, and we used to watch the snow. I was in love with this boy. Okay. He broke up with me over the phone, and I was so heartbroken. I really was. But I got over it. Next thing I knew, my baby daddy was working on the same shift with my ex, who is Skinny. I'm gonna say the girl that was in the love triangle with me, him, and I think she had quit the night shift, and she was only working the afternoon shift, because I would only see her in the afternoons. But at the time I was working on the night shift, my ex Skinny was working on the night shift. The old lady who I was friends with, who was messy as hell, she was working on the night shift. And my baby daddy. And the way that it started, me and one day, me and my baby daddy, that's when me and him first started talking to each other. We were standing by each other talking. He had asked us listen to my I had a CD set that you pack around like a cassette player. And so he was listening to my music on it, because I think I had some kind of rapper playing and on the music. My ex walks up to me in front of me and my baby daddy, and he started talking to me, but I was trying not to say nothing to him because I didn't want to talk to him because I was still mad at him. But anyway, there was an awkward moment, but I felt good inside that I made him jealous. He still stood there talking to me in front, trying to talk to me in front of my baby daddy. Then when he seen that I wasn't really giving him the time of day, he walked away laughing. So my baby daddy just had started laughing. He's like, I really feel good that you're wanted. He still wants you. He's like, you can still be with him if you want to. He said, I'm telling you this now. Before me and you get together, that's what my baby daddy had told me. I have female friends. So you're going to have to be okay with that if you want to be with me. Okay. The older lady who was on the shift with me and my baby daddy and my ex, she would have conversations with my baby daddy. She was just always in me and his business. And she was mad at me because in the beginning, when me and her used to walk around during the lunch period before I even got pregnant, and he used to always stop me and giving me his phone number, and she used to tell me, which she was trying to be my mama, but my mama was living at the time and I didn't need another mama. So she would say, don't talk to him, he don't want nothing but sex. It was a lot of dudes on the night shift who was trying to get at me. A lot. And she would be trying to cock block, and that shit kind of pissed me off. I can remember it was a dude from New Orleans who I liked it, and he was trying to give me a ride home. And I didn't accept the ride home because she was there listening to what, I cared about what she thought at the time because she was trying to see if I carried myself in a nice way. But I didn't need her trying to be my mama, but she was mad at me when I first got with my baby daddy because I don't know. She here's the thing. I used to ride the Metro bus with her, the 102 Metro bus that runs in Houston, Texas. I used to ride that particular bus with her in order to get to the Bush Airport. And then one day I stopped riding the bus with her. For 2 days she hadn't seen me get on the bus and sit with her because I had started dating my baby daddy, which was on the shift with me and her both. And she was mad at me for a long time about that. So whenever me and my baby daddy would get into it, she would just think some shit was so funny. She was telling me that whenever I was late coming to work, he was talking to the Mexican chick and all this, and then she was telling me rumors that she heard about him and this orange-haired Mexican chick that he started messing around with behind my back. I understand that she felt like I betrayed her, but at the end of the day, people are grown. People do what they want to do. I did not have to continue riding the Metro bus with her if I didn't want to. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, She was not going to stop me from dating and talking to nobody. I just didn't understand her. And every time me and my baby daddy would be going through it, we would break up and stuff, and she would just be so happy and giggling and telling me that he was sitting and hugging on other females. And the girl who I did a story time about me and my coworker was arguing over my baby daddy. This chick named Tawana. She's in this story time also. Him and her had something going on while me and him was together. It was such a fucking mess. And then she was making fun the older woman who I was friends with, which she was 49 at the time. She was making fun of the situation. She was like, yeah, every day that you be late coming to work, they always be sitting together. He would buy her a soda out the break room. He was playing with her, talking to her and stuff. She's like, if I were you, I would check him about that because it seemed like something going on between the two of them. She's like, I don't know what he telling you, but he definitely messing around with her. I'm like, I told her, I'm like, a man is gonna be a man. He had already told me that the chick Tawana was, him and her had exchanged phone numbers and had been talking before me and him just really got serious. But he put her on red and he stopped talking to her when he got with me. Okay? But the point of this story time is like, I've been trying to look for that lady on Facebook. The older lady who I'm talking about. Because I want to look for her on Facebook and like befriend her. And give her my phone number and let her know, like, lady, the whole time I was friends with you, I was looking for a friend who was going to be a loyal friend to me. Someone who was going to be, act like, be an example for me because I was young at the time and naive. Why was it all the time you seemed like you was happy anytime me and my baby daddy was breaking up and stuff, and why you was acting like that toward me just because you told me in the beginning not to get with him, which you don't tell me what to do. I've been looking for her on Facebook like forever because I know her first and last name. And the last time I saw her was in 2012, and my baby, well, my daughter, she was a baby then. She was wearing diapers, but I saw her in the store at Family Dollar, and it's like she wasn't even gonna speak to me, so I didn't speak to her. I just pushed past her with my baby in the shopping cart, like I didn't know her either. It was her ugly self. And she had on this old braided wig that come from the 80s and shit and just looking ugly. Like the whole time, lady, you was not my friend. And this the same lady who I keep bringing up how she told me when she was young like me, she never went in a man's apartment and laid up with them behind their wife back. But like I said, it's obvious that she did do that because why would you tell me that? Like you're trying to convince me that you didn't do something so grimy and low down like that when you know you did. So, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Like, I've been looking for her on Facebook just to get her told. Because, and like I said, the other story time I did, me, her, and my baby daddy was in the story time. She had told me that my baby daddy had been talking about me up under my clothes to her and this man who he was older man who he was friends with. So as soon as he came in and clocked in to work, I confronted him and got in his face. And this old ass hag, this bitch, go sit up there and stand behind him and tell me that I better stop cussing before I get fired. Like, I can remember right after that happened, right after that shit happened, that she had showed me the person that she really is, a snake. I had stopped eating lunch with her during break time. I stopped talking to her and everything. When I finally decided to be friends with her again is when I learned I was pregnant with my daughter by him, the baby daddy. And I used to always tell her that I was so hungry, but I can't keep nothing down. She gonna say, just keep eating on your pickles and lemons. Meanwhile, she's sitting next to me eating 4 pieces of fried chicken from French's Chicken and some mashed potatoes, just going to town on that food. And I was mad because I couldn't keep no food down. She offered me a piece of chicken, but I couldn't keep nothing down. I couldn't even keep water down. And my pregnancy was very high risk at the time, but she was just a fake friend. Like she older than me. I was only 29 going on 30 at the time. It's like I didn't appreciate her being fake to me in my face. And acting like she was happy every time me and him broke up and stuff, and telling me how many females that he would be talking to when I get to work late or whenever I didn't come to work because I was sick, because I was pregnant and everything. It's just like I wanted to punch her in the face back then, and I want to punch her in the face now because you was a fake ass friend to me. I I trusted 2 other older women on the job at the Bush Airport who I thought were my friend, and they wasn't. But I'm about to end this video. It is a very true story. All what I just brought up in the story time. And I'm about to go do my laundry and wash some clothes. Until then, y'all stay blessed.